Hello again, TFL Truck. This is Victor in Yorba Linda, California, and this is my 1972 International Scout II. It's powered by a 345 cubic inch V8, T19 4-speed manual transmission, Dana 300 transfer case, Dana 44 axles front and rear. I have 33 inch by 12.5 BFG KO2s on US Mags rims, which are 15-inch rims. This engine is really great. I wasn't expecting to keep it, mainly because kind of hard to get parts for and they don't put out a whole lot of power, but I kind of fell in love with it over time. It's really low revving. It redlines at roughly 3,800 RPM and it puts out about 310 foot-pounds of torque, even though it's only 190 horsepower. So it's very diesely in that sense. And it's also built like a tank. It did come with a forged crank from the factory, and it weighs about as much as a big block Chevy at about 750 pounds. So it's very beefily built. Let me start here at the front. This is a vintage Warren winch bumper, and no idea how old it is. It came with the rig, but they long discontinued these. The winch itself is also vintage. I ran the numbers and it was made, I think, in 73 or 74. It still works. I do need to re-spool it there after my last trip out, but it still works and it works great. That's the Warren M8274. These are not KC lights. They're actually from Super Bright LED. I happen to have these covers just lying around in my garage because I'm kind of a KC vinyl cover nerd, and these are the 5503s, which I just had laying around, and they fit perfectly. The headlights are from Truck Light LED. They turn night to day, and I'm a big fan of those. They're a little pricey, but totally worth it. I do have Rancho RS 9000 XL adjustable shocks at all four corners. And this actually has, I don't know how much lift it has because it has a spring over conversion, which I did not do, which gives me plenty of clearance, as you can see. I actually would like to lower it a little bit and put stock height springs on top of those axles. This is sitting a little bit higher than I would like. These graphics here, these are actually factory graphics. This particular configuration was in 1978 and 79 exclusive, and it just happened to be my favorite. That's why I got it. It never came in this color. It only came in either black or white, I believe. I don't think there was any other option. So in the aftermarket, you can get whatever color you want because they cut it on point. So I actually got it in International Red. This is International's in-house flavor of red, and I really like this color combo. The top, it came with the soft top originally. This is a convertible, just like a Blazer or a Bronco, early Bronco, actually all Broncos. And it was a barn find, total barn find. Got it for 200 bucks in horrible shape, sitting outdoors for 5 years, and I restored it. And I did a rattle can job on it, and it doesn't hold up too well against the California sun, but it does the job. It does the job fairly well. This is a custom bumper and tire carrier here on the back. And these rocker panels here, the rocker step and the rocker armor, are also custom, and they're actually welded to the frame. So I'm pretty much married to them at this point. If we take a look inside, it's actually fairly civilized in here. And after being a Jeep owner most of my life, I really appreciated that. Again, it's a 4-speed manual. The first gear is 6.32 to 1, so it's a granny low. And to be honest, you just don't use it on pavement. That's a transfer case shifter, and right there, those two shifters are actually for the lockers. I have aux lockers front and rear, which are cable actuated, and I love these lockers. They are open completely when they're off, and when you activate them, they're actually super aggressive. It's a very aggressive locker, and I like it a lot. In the back here, there's a lot of room. I mean, there's a lot of room. I do have a bench seat. It's not installed at the moment because I had just gone on a trip a couple of months ago, but I'm 6'8", and I could lie down back here. I do have to push the seat forward, but I can sleep back here if I wanted to, and I do plan to, in fact. I do have the top also lined with the same stuff they line truck toppers with. These seats, don't know where they came from. Came with the rig, but they're definitely not stock. They're, I think, from something from the 90s. Very comfy. I'm much better than vintage 1972 seats. I know that. And then here in the glove box, I actually have a computer. This is a early 90s GM computer because this is actually fuel injected, which we will go into in just a sec here. Right here is the hood release. And a really quirky thing this has, this vent right here is used to let some air into the cab without having to open the window, which I thought was a quirky little thing. It's on both sides, both the driver and passenger side. The driver's side one has like a pull knob right there. So this is the International 345 V8. Again, these things were built like tanks. This intake, I made it myself just from Spectre's kind of make your own intake parts. So they have plenums and tubes for sale, and I just kind of put it together myself. Here is the TBI system. I know it's a little bit covered, but that's the ignition control module. It's completely built from early 90s GM parts, which is why I chose this particular one from Hamilton Fuel Injection. I didn't go with Phytech, I didn't go with Holley, because they do not make serviceable units. You can't get spare parts for it if anything were to break. So I needed that. I wanted to be serviceable, and this is just all, anything I want from this, I just ask for parts from a 1990 Chevy pickup, and they'll have it. So I also have Onboard Air. Here's a compressor right here. And I'll show you where the tank is. Right in there. I have a tank hooked up, ready to go. So any tools I need to deflate, or have any air tools, that's all ready to go. So I love this rig. Absolutely love it. If I could change anything about it, I wish it were 100% weatherproof, but when it's really, really raining hard, it's about 95% weatherproof. There's a little bit of seeping. It's a little bit unstable at highway speeds. It wanders a little bit. I've upgraded the steering some, and it's better than it used to be, but there's still some work to be done there. I like to have some recovery points on the front here, which I don't have any at the moment. But, you know, one project at a time. So thanks again, guys, for doing this. I really appreciate it. And again, this is my 1972 Scout 2, and this is Victor in Yorba Linda, California. Thanks, guys.